You're listening to PetLifeRadio.com. New York, the glitz, the glamour, the exciting Mutt-tropolis, the sparkling kitty city that never sleeps. Step onto the sexy streets of animal attraction that is New York City. Welcome to Pets in the City, Life in the Urban Jungle. Join host Diane West as she explores the exciting lives, loves, and laments of the people and pets in the world's greatest city. Pets in the City, like the city itself, has something for everyone. Celebrity pet sightings, hot events, and news and reviews with the hottest movers, shakers, and tail waggers in New York. So get ready to get dressed to the canines and take a bite out of the Big Apple with your Pets in the City host, Diane West.
Even though here in New York, the snow is covering all of our streets still, you can't help but not get those images from the summer of the BP oil spill down south out of your head during the height of the summer. That was just absolutely awful. A lot of good people, however, rallied to the cause, and a lot of surprising people came to the cause as well. One of them is Olivia Bowler, who won the honor of having the ASPCA Tommy P. Monahan Kid of the Year Award awarded to her this November. We're going to speak with Olivia and hear what it is that she did. We'll be right back.
This is a Pelham Bay Parkbound 6 local train.
All right, this is my stop, Commercial Boulevard. Yeah, that's funny. Pets in the City will be back in a New York minute. Don't go anywhere.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Buster, you're telling me my dog food products can't go on your shelves?
That's right. Didn't pass one of my Petco certified nutrition checklists. Sorry, Wayne.
Who made these checklists?
Geniuses. Very smart guys.
Well, it's good enough for most grocery stores.
Do you see cheese puffs on my shelves? Mayonnaise? Soda pop?
No.
That's because I ain't running no grocery store, Wayne. Your pets will get better nutrition, I guarantee it. Petco, where healthy pets go.
Enter the code PETCITY10, PETCITY, the number 10, and get 10% off any order. No minimum at petco.com.
Whether they're big, small, hairy, or whatever, you're going to need gear for your feet. And Kids Foot Locker's got all the great shoes and gear that'll get you in the game.
Go to kidsfootlocker.com and enter the code AFPC10KF to get 10% off any order of $50 or more. Or enter the code AFPC15KF to get 15% off any order of $75 or more at kidsfootlocker.com.
And cover those funky feet.
How would you like your business to reach out and invite in our audience? We have a brand new trademark concept called InfoSeeds. InfoSeeds are short 20-second seeds of information about your place of business, practice, or service. Is the best, most cost-effective way to invite us in. We only have a limited number of slots left. For more information, visit the website
PetLifeRadio.com.
Click on sponsorship information. There you can listen to a sample of InfoSeed. Remember, only a limited number of opportunities are available.
Hi everybody, I'm Megan Blake here with my sidekick Super Smiley, the giant mutt and spokes dog for throwaways. You're listening to Pet Life Radio, and I'd like to tell you about our brand new show, A Super Smiley Adventure. Our show explores adventures with animals. They can be traveling, out in the world trips, or inner journeys where our animals lead us to inspiration and self-discovery, or just plain fun adventures. Join us here on Pet Life Radio on A Super Smiley Adventure. Good boy.
Let's Talk Pets on PetLifeRadio.com.
Okay, all you yuppie puppies and city kitties, Pets in the City is back with more urban animals and cool cosmopolitan critters. Try saying that 3 times fast. Right, Diane?
And we're back with Olivia Bowler. Olivia, how are you?
I'm doing good.
So listen, before we start, I hear that you have some exciting information for us, an update.
Yes. Sterling Publishing is coming out with a book this April.
Wow, about you?
Yes, I'm the author.
You're the author?
Yes.
You could speak up a little bit. You could say it loud and say it proud because we're on the radio.
Okay.
So say it with conviction. I'm the author.
I am coming out with a book, and it's going to be awesome.
See, there we go. That's what we need. Good. Great. So what is the name of the book?
It's called Olivia's Birds Saving the Gulf.
Wow. This is amazing. You're 11 years old?
Yes.
Okay, you're 11 years old, and you're about to be a published author. And before that, which we're going to talk to the audience, you've done a whole bunch of other stuff, too. You know, I got to tell you, whether you're 11 or whether you're 95, you're making all of us look bad, okay? I just want to let you know.
Shucks. Thank you.
I don't know how you get all of it done. You're doing good. You're doing good. Now, we all know, obviously, the awful BP oil spill that seemed to go on and on and on this past summer. Kind of bring us to where you were. When you first started hearing this on, the radio, TV, internet, what did you feel? What was going on in your head?
It was about 3 days after the spill. My grandparents lived down in the south, and they were witnessing the whole thing. And they were on speakerphone with my father, and I overheard, and we discussed it over the dinner table. And I actually started to weep a little bit. I'm kind of sensitive on that. And because the birds are in nesting season, and they can't go away from their nest because they're such devoted parents. And I wanted to help. So I went upstairs, and I wrote a letter to Audubon, an organization I was very familiar with. And I know that they were in action in the area. So I wrote a letter basically saying, I want to help. I'm going to use my ability to draw, to make pictures, to help your cause. And that's how it really started. So really it just started with you saying, you know what, this is terrible, and you just wrote a letter to the Audubon Society, which, obviously is a very prestigious and well-known society that's for the protection of birds and wildlife. And you wrote it to them, and what happened? How long did it take for them to get back to you? Were you surprised they got back to you? Actually, yes. My parents contacted them about the letter, and it kind of spread from there. They set up a Facebook page, which is, by the way, Save the Gulf, Olivia's Bird Illustrations, for anybody you know. We'll put that on the website, but go ahead. Very good plug. Go on. So, and it began to get around, and what happened was people would donate to Audubon. They would email my mother with the receipt and proof of purchase and how much money they donated and stuff, and their address for their home. And we would mail them an original Olivia drawing, and it would go to their house. And I thought that would be nice, a little bonus, and they will raise $1,000, but it went much further, and I'm very glad. I remember at the awards luncheon, and they had this really wonderful, kind of film of you doing your drawings, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you originally, like you said, were thinking, okay, a few people write in and ask me to, I'll draw a few pictures. Tell us what happened instead. Okay. What happened was it kind of got a little news attention and from the Mobile Press Register, and then it grew from there. So it became $1,000 to $5,000, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And the Facebook followers just skyrocketed, and I ended up spending my summer drawing pictures. And how many pictures did you end up drawing? I mean, and this was you and your drawing utensils. How many you ended up drawing and sending out? A little over 500 drawings. Wow. Now that is, and you spent the whole summer doing that. Yeah, that's what we promised, thinking we'll never get there. And obviously we did get there, and we went further with the AOL Little Edition prints and everything else. It was crazy. Now, at the end of the day, you was somewhere like $175,000. Is that the last number I heard? All right, so I think it's around almost $200,000 now. Wow. Are you still drawing pictures, or is this just money still coming in? I still do pictures for like art shows and my family and stuff, and obviously I doodle on test papers. But for the project, not really. I could imagine. I mean, was there any point where you said, oh my God, what did I get myself into? Well, it was a little difficult at first, but it's all for the birds, Now, you really love birds. Where does that come from? It comes from me. do you have birds? My grandmother has a pet bird named Woody, a little African gray. So adorable. So adorable. And I've always growing up and connected to nature and seeing the birds. And it's hard not to, like, love birds once you're, like, connected to them, so...
Now, living out on Long Island, as you do, I mean, you guys actually have a lot of wetland areas where you could see some cool species of birds as well there, right?
Yeah, it's really amazing. You set up a bird feeder, and boom, 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 boom. You got tons of cardinals, tons of blue jays, everything.
Yeah, no, that's really cool. It's really cool. You know, they also probably tell each other about you, so now you probably got more of them coming to your house as well, so... Let us see what else we can talk to you about. I know one thing I wanted to ask you when we come back from break is you actually had some really interesting things to say to people in general and to actually the government as well. So we will be right back to hear your thoughts on that.
This is a Pelham Bay Park-bound 6 local train.
All right, this is my stop, Commercial Boulevard. Yeah, that's funny. Pets in the City will be back in a New York minute. Don't go anywhere.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Love your pets but wish their medications were a lot less expensive? They are at 1-800-PET-MEDS. You'll not only save on flea and heartworm medications, but on prescriptions for arthritis, incontinence, thyroid, and more. And you get fast service, free shipping, and a 100% satisfaction guarantee. Plus, our licensed pharmacists ensure accuracy, monitor drug interaction, and more. See why over 5 million people have trusted their pet's health to 1-800-PET-MEDS, America's largest pet pharmacy. Call now or order online.
Go to petmeds.com/city, CITY, to get 10% off any order and free shipping on orders of $39 or more at petmeds.com.
I play tennis because I love to. But inside, I want to win. Take away the court, the net. I might not be a player, but I'll always be a competitor. Lady Foot Locker understands that.
Lady Foot Locker, the first to carry Adidas off-court shoes and the gear that goes with them.
If you play your best, there's no regret.
Lady Foot Locker, one place, every woman.
Go to ladyfootlocker.com and enter the code AFPC10LF to get 10% off any order of $50 or more, or enter the code AFPC15LF to get 15% off any order of $75 or more at ladyfootlocker.com.
FTD's network of over 40,000 florists around the world have been creating beautiful handcrafted arrangements for 100 years. Each arrangement is delivered the same day and backed by FTD's 7-day satisfaction guarantee. For a century, people have trusted their most important occasions to the flower experts at FTD.
Since Pet Life Radio is all about puppy dogs and flowers, our listeners, that's you, can get a 20% discount on your order. Just go to fluorop.com and use the code PETCITY at checkout. FLEUROP.com. Code word PETSCITY.
Join us every week on Wings and Things, where you'll find real answers to real questions about everything you want to know about pet birds. Care, feeding, bird products, travel, and more. Everything to make your frequent flyer a happy camper. From parrots to parakeets, cockatiels to cockatoos, you'll have a bird's eye view of everything there is to know about your fun, feathered friends.
We're your hosts, Barbara Heidenreich from Good Birding and Robin Schwokas from the Leather Elves. How do I learn more about my parrots?
Spread your wings and get ready to fly. Wings and Things, only on PetLifeRadio.com.
Let's talk pets.
Let's talk pets
On Pet Life Radio.
Pet Life Radio.
PetLifeRadio.com.
Okay, all you yuppie puppies and city kitties, Pets in the City is back with more urban animals and cool cosmopolitan critters. Try saying that 3 times fast. Right, Diane?
So, Olivia, now, in addition to, I just want to fill people in, not only did she draw 500 different birds and send them out and have a Facebook page that just went off of the charts, and got picked up by all sorts of media. And obviously, as you know, we said she got an ASPCA Tommy Monahan Award. She has been with her brother Jackson, recruited by Disney's Friends for Change Project Green. She was on this really cool show called Twisted Whiskers. The New York Islanders gave her a shout out. I mean, I could just use the rest of the show talking about what has happened since then. But one of the things that I was really impressed about, Olivia, is you didn't just talk about drawing the birds and raising money to help them from the oil spill, but you had some really direct comments for people who live on the earth and for our government as well. Can you repeat them for our listeners?
Well, we should really support clean energy. You know, we're very messy house kids. We live on the earth, and there's other people there, you know. We got here later on in the earth, and there's other people here, you know. They may not be able to speak, you know, they squawk, they waddle, they oink, and they don't have a voice. Obviously, we can't understand them. We don't have translators yet. So it's just really crazy that we wrecked the earth. It's really like I was on an airplane recently, and you could see the giant landfills. It's crazy what we do to the earth, you know. It should be the clean energy. We should definitely support wind turbines, solar panels, all that stuff. It helps the earth so much, and it helps us.
Now, here's the thing. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about that. There's a lot of good people who have similar sentiments that they say, look, we should wean ourselves off of, you know, fossil fuels, and you know, the BP oil spill has definitely become a big illustration for that argument. But other people have said, look, you know, it's not so simple to just say, okay, we're not going to use oil anymore, and we're just going to use solar and wind and what have you. Now, I know that's a big question, but have you thought about ways that, you know, people can practically kind of wean themselves off of the oil and onto the cleaner energy solutions?
Well, you could definitely just start with volunteering on the smallest things. Just recycle, set up a composting pile, you know, plant a few trees, you know, take a community bus instead of driving your own car, carpool, walk, take a bike, get out and see some nature and plant, you know, do some good things for the environment, you know.
So let it begin with you.
Yeah, everybody should just pitch in, you know. There's vacancy on Mars, but there's no oxygen on Mars, so it's the only Earth we got.
So now again, I just want to remind everyone that you are still actively supporting this cause, and you're what are you doing now? Tell us what you've been up to since November.
Well, since November, I've been on Contested Brewers, MSNBC, and we talked about the book, and we've just got the preview of the book, and it looks awesome. And
your drawings are in the book.
Yeah, it's kind of like an illustrated guide about some birds, and then a little autobiography later in the book.
Okay, great.
And then in American Girl magazine in March-April issue, I'm going to be in the animal issue.
Explain to me Twisted Whiskers. Is that a show that is on cable?
It's on the Hub. It's a new show that I think took over Discovery Education, and it's very cool. I like the animation on Twisted Whiskers. It's very cool.
Yeah, you were on them as well, right?
I think they were just sponsoring the
award for
Tommy
you.
Monahan Award. They were sponsoring it.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, they're pretty cool looking. They had like these big heads and these big eyes. I'm going to try and get a picture of them. Okay, so listen, Olivia, I know you are obviously very busy. The last thing I'm going to ask you is just some practical advice, because it seems like you pack a lot of life into your everyday. I assume you're going to school still, right?
Yes, I am.
So how do you do all this? Give us some advice. How do you organize your time and get all this stuff done?
Well, you got to get the stuff that's important for school and stuff done, so then you have free, and then you can do the eco stuff. You can have fun with your friends. You can plant a tree. You can go on a nature walk. You could set up bird feeders. You just have to set aside time.
Wow. No, I mean, it sounds like you're really disciplined with your time, and you really know how to manage that. That's very impressive.
Thank you.
The skill a lot of us don't have, I assure you. So again, congratulations on the book, and tell us one more time the title, the publisher, and when it's coming out.
Okay, I want to say that thank you for letting me be on your show. And then the book is called Olivia's Birds, Saving the Gulf by Sterling Publishing. And it's coming out in late April. And yeah.
And that's it. And it'll have some of your pictures that you drew.
Yeah, definitely a lot of pictures in it.
Great. Olivia, again, I appreciate you making time for us in your busy schedule, and I hope we get to talk to you again soon and see what you're up to. Thanks.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, isn't she a riot? I got to tell you, when I was 11 years old, I wish I had half that energy then. Wish I had half that energy now. But it's a really inspiring young woman. Thanks for speaking with us today, Olivia. I just also wanted to make a note that the ASPCA Tommy P. Monahan Kid of the Year Award that Olivia had been bestowed in November is actually named after a really special young man, Tommy P. Monahan, who lived in Staten Island, who in 2007 had actually run into his house when it was on fire and unfortunately lost his life. But he had done that really to try and get his animals out of there. So just, a real honorary to Tommy and to his family, for which I know is obviously going to be painful for the rest of their lives, but just let you know that a lot of good is being done. So thank you. And that is going to be it for our show. I was talking with Olivia and her mom, and they said that they would be willing when their new book comes out. And Olivia had said the title. Again, it's Olivia's Birds by Sterling Publishing. And it's going to have a lot of her aforementioned illustrations. It's coming out in April 2011. And she will be giving some lucky listener here a personal signed copy when it comes out. But if you send us an email and let us know that you would like one, first come, first serve. So make sure you do that. That'll be it for this episode of Pets of the City on Pet Life Radio. I'd like to thank Mark, my long-suffering producer. Thank you, Mark. And also to all of our sponsors and potential sponsors for 2011. Great show here. We got a lot of great stuff. So please make sure you buy stuff from our sponsors. And sponsors, make sure you keep listening to us. And that'll be it. Take care, everyone.
New York, the glitz, the glamour, the exciting Mutt-tropolis, the sparkling kitty city that never sleeps. Join us each week for Pets in the City with your host, Diane West. Celebrity pet sightings, hot events, and news and reviews with the hottest movers, shakers, and tail waggers in New York. So take a bite out of the Big Apple with Pets in the City. Every week, on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.